What day is it? It's Tuesday?
Tuesday, I think.
It's Tuesday morning, and we are just leaving an Airbnb in a little smaller town in France, just below
Belgium.
In Belgium, just below the border of the Netherlands.
Mm-hmm.
And I want to show you the place we were staying because two things. One, it's really cool. It used to be a store back in the early 1900s to mid 1900s, but the host was so lovely as well. And we were her first guests at the Airbnb. She had just posted it yesterday morning or the day before. And yeah, yesterday morning, because she said within like an hour of posting, we booked it. So it was crazy. She was telling us that her mom in World War II came across some Canadian soldiers and had always loved Canada after that. And there's a picture of her mom that she was showing us when her mom was a kid with some Canadian soldiers. And our host and her mom have both been to Canada, to Victoria Island, or Vancouver Island, sorry, in Victoria and that sort of thing. So yeah, it was really cool. So I'll show you the house that we stayed in.
Oh yeah, there's a cemetery all in the backyard there. This is her art studio on the side, and then this is the little building, the stone building that was a store that we stayed in last night, which is really nice and quaint. It was really cool. Well, I don't know if you can see, but we're just passing through this cute little Belgian town, and there's a little dairy here. This is where we stayed at the Airbnb. And we came across this little shack. I'm gonna roll the window up because it's a crazy noise. Right outside the dairy there's a little shack, which I don't know, automates late, that's late is milk?
Milk and butter.
And butter, so like, what does that mean, automat? Like, it's a little shed, so I thought maybe something you put your milk in and you get butter, but they have like a little vending machine in this little Belgian village with the big blobs of butter.
And cheese, it looks like.
So you just like put some money in and get your butter, and you don't have to go to town, because we're out of town. We're like 20 minutes to a half an hour away from any big town or store.
It's a dairy farm right here.
Yeah, it's such a random little thing.
Well, we're still in the town of Maastricht, and it's a beautiful day. There's John looking at me. What? And we're about to do a tour of some caves here that were lived in during the Second World War. There was about 50,000 people that lived in them, so yeah, we're about to do a tour of it. We're excited, but it's so beautiful today. It's been sunny the whole time we've been traveling, which is so nice. Look at that. And then the tour will be behind us, and the caves are kind of under all of this, I think. Yeah, so I'm excited.
Later, and think about in the 12th century, the people who lived here was thinking, okay, in fact, we can use the same stone even as well. And then the so-called block breakers came downstairs because they knew they need to have good quality. They came downstairs. And they worked here 700 years. And in these 700 years, they extracted so many stone blocks that they made 20,000 galleries. They could cut out daily 5 blocks, not more. And they were paid for each block taken out of the mountain. And that's why you can see here a little counter machine, because in that time the people couldn't read, couldn't count, and that's why with their oil lamp they made some balls on the walls, so when the boss came they could tell them so many blocks were transported outside. First of all, we are standing here in the French corner. Maastricht has been attacked so frequently, and many times by the French, 6 times. 1794, and the poor farmers who were living in that time here on top of our so-called mountain, okay, every time when the French came, they were plundered from everything. And then they took their cattle. They saw them barbecuing with their cattle. And then they decided in 1794 to flee. And they found here a hiding place, here under the ground. Think about on the Second World War.
Yeah.
Okay, the art from the museums were not anymore in the museums. They made bunkers along the coast, so along the beaches, in fact. But at once it was not safe anymore because of the building from the Atlantic Wall, and then the Germans decided that they had to move. And they gave an order to build here a bunker under the ground, and on the east side in the Netherlands, another line, and that was here, over the ground, but here under the ground. And okay, and here we had the most precious paintings and art from the Netherlands.
Wow.
You heard about Rembrandt van Rijn, eh? Okay, you can see. We had 43
Rembrandt.
paintings from Rembrandt van Rijn, from Jan Steen, from Rubens, Frans Hals, under the ground. And I show you here, we have the Night Watch. The Night Watch is the most precious painting in the world. And that painting has a value, I cannot tell you how much. That is unbelievable. And that is the Night Watch. It was not anymore in his frame, but it was dropped around another canvas. And they turned it several times daily, otherwise to protect, in fact, the canvas. Maas had great luck during the Second World War. Okay, the bridges collapsed, but for the rest, 100 houses and about 100 people founded this. Okay, 1 people is too much, but okay, we had great luck. We were not bombarded for
So
this
where we are now was under German control?
Yeah,
Nazi control?
It was under German control and under control from the Rijksmuseum from Amsterdam.
And that's why they brought all of the stuff here.
Yeah. And what we did was only a part from the blue
Wow.
line. For the rest, it's forbidden. Because when something happened with you or with me, they know where we are.
We only did a tiny part of the blue.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
You
really?
see the black line, and the black line is a tunnel, and there we were. The Kluis was the safe, yes? And the tunnel has been made at the beginning of the 20th century in order from our first cement factory. And there was engineer from Schaik who did this. And he came under the ground the first time, and he was thinking, it's crazy. It's only crazy what I see. Only galleries, tunnels. But he was so fascinating to see this that he started to make a complete map, and that is only 1/3 what is projected here on the wall.
Oh.
And here was during the Second World War a hiding place for 40,000 inhabitants. And that was during the Second World War. There was everything under the ground. In a hospital, there was a chapel, there were food sleeping rooms.
Really?
That was
That was
here
Second
underground.
World War?
Yeah, Second
And the
World War.
paintings, there were Second World War as well, right?
Yeah.
So
But the paintings were on this side and the people lived on this side.
So there were Germans on one side?
Yeah. Here we were where here was the safe, that was here. And here was under the ground for 40,000 inhabitants from Maastricht.
40,000,
But
yeah.
not here.
Really?
Yeah, that was here only for the German.
Were they hiding from the Germans on the other side, or
Yeah,
did they know?
yeah, but okay, we had under the ground
Yeah.
a connection with Belgium.
Oh.
Under the ground was a connection with, so English pilots and Jews could find under the ground a route. And when it was free, and here where we have the Kluis, there was an opening in the wall, and they went inside to go to Belgium.
So they could get through the border?
They go to the
From
border,
Netherlands
yes,
to
yes,
Belgium?
to Belgium, yes, that's under the ground
The
here.
entrance on each
Yeah,
side?
yeah. And then they could go further to, for example, to go to England. Dus under the ground we had a connection. But that doesn't exist because the explanation from exploitation by the cement factory.
The
That
cement
doesn't
factory.
exist
So
anymore.
they destroyed
No.
it all? Or?
Yeah.
Oh,
When
wow.
I take the boat, I can see the opening where it was.
Oh, they
in that
mined it
time.
all away?
Yeah, yeah.
That's too bad.
Thank you very much.
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.
Bye. Yeah, it is windy.
So we just crossed into Germany from the Netherlands and we're going to Cologne tonight. And Alycia was asking me about the Autobahn. And I said some of them have speed limits, some of them don't, but I don't know where they are. And then we just happened to hop on one where everyone kept speeding up, and then the flow of traffic was like 140 kilometers an hour. And then we were getting passed by people, and then I realized I think we're on an unrestricted section. So even though it's kind of heavy traffic right now, I don't see any signs that say speed limit. We were just reading them online, and the suggested speed limit on most highways is 130, but you can go faster if the weather's dry and the weather's good. So
Which it is.
I don't know.
But it's not like it's a suggestion, but it's not a enforced.
So right now I'm doing
Law
100,
necessarily?
155, 160, and it doesn't seem to be a problem.
No, there's still people that are like wanting
So
to pass.
just-
It's crazy.
You just get out, and then if you want to pass someone, you just, go into the left lane. It's clear,
Yeah.
so
You can kind of go whatever you want unless otherwise posted, but you can get a ticket still if you just are being stupid, if you're not being safe. The law essentially is you must be in control of your vehicle, you must have due diligence and know what the weather is like and all of that, so yeah. That's how it should be back home, because everyone does this anyways. We're on this bridge over there. And look at all these locks.
So do you wish that we got a lock, dear?
I do wish we had a lock,
Yeah?
an engraved one.
You think it would be cool to put a lock on this bridge?
I do. I was looking to see if there are any spaces. I was very doubtful because there's a lot of locks, but there are some spaces.
Yeah,
If only we had a lock.
we could probably get a lock.
There's so many big ones. It's so cool.
There probably wouldn't be engraved like a lot of these locks. Like that old couple that had their 50th anniversary lock.
All of these are engraved.
Wait, this one, hang on, back up. This homie's just cool with himself. He doesn't need anybody.
Yeah.
Matthias 2016, don't need no woman or man in his life. Yeah. Well, I don't know, maybe there'll be a locked place in town, dear. Yeah.
Here is the Cologne Cathedral. It's huge. So crazy. There's John, Instagram storying. Wow. That is so amazing. Well, let's see if we can go in. We're in a German pub called Max Stark. And there's the English menu, and there's the German menu.
What are you getting, dear?
It's amazing being an English person and going everywhere, and they often have things in English. I feel like we're very privileged that way.
Otherwise,
But-
it'd be really hard to order.
I'm getting beef goulash in horseradish sauce for the bread roll. What are you getting? Oh, you're getting
I'm excited to see your goulash. My mom used to make it all the time and it was
Popcorn.
disgusting.
That's what John's getting.
Is she watching this? I never liked your goulash.
Did you hear
So
that?
I don't know if hillbilly goulash is the same as this. I'm excited to see what it's like.
You're a mean son.
We're in the real land of goulash though. I don't have to have that southern stuff.
I'm excited to try real
Does goulash
German.
have tomatoes in it? Because I think I remember having like tomatoes in our goulash.
Yeah, I don't know. We'll find out.
Cool. I'm excited.
Yum, yum, yum.
Excellent.
The waitress just came and told us that in Cologne they have this beer service. I'm sure a lot of places where if your beer is empty and you want more, you leave it like that. And if your beer is empty and you want to stop the service and not get any more, then you do that. Otherwise, they'll just keep refilling and refilling and refilling.
That's true.
So that's good to know. Well, there's my beef goulash with horseradish and my roll, which looks burnt in this picture, but it's not.
That looks way better than my mother's.
There's John's. Oh, John.
I know it does.
And there's John's sausage with chips.
And mayonnaise as they do over here.
Smells good. Horseradish in stew. Who would have thought?